how are you? How's your Sunday going so far? We're going to talk about a really important topic today, and it's going to be really beneficial for you on your pursuit of peace and purpose. We're going to talk about breaking old patterns, or breaking bad habits, whatever you want to call it, same thing. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment. We're not going to do oracle cards this time, maybe next time, but I know exactly what I want to talk about with you. So we're going to break down that process of breaking old patterns. So I'm excited. And while sometimes that doesn't sound like the most exciting things, it means that if you're stuck right now, then you could potentially have a breakthrough. So that's the exciting part. So I will be talking about that in just a moment. I just want to say I'm super, super excited. I know I've been working on my office a lot. It's been a work in progress. So if you see, different backgrounds all the time, like this is definitely going to be here for a while. So that's not going anywhere. And I finally put up some shelves. I need to kind of change what I put on my shelves, but super excited about that because I love a nice, inspiring office space. So that's a mini tour of just this wall. The rest of my office is still a work in progress, so I'm definitely not going to show you that quite yet, but I promise you'll see it eventually. So if you are new here, my name is Presh. I'm a certified life coach, but I think it's more accurate to say that I am a life purpose coach because I help you on your pursuit of peace and purpose. And so I use a wide variety of different tools, from NLP tools to meditation, kind of combining, mindset tools and digging into the subconscious brain with energy and energetic practices. Because you really kind of have to implement all of these things in order to make major life changes. So that is what I do. That's what I'm here to help you with. And that's why we're going to talk about breaking old patterns today. So step one, are you ready? Step one of breaking an old pattern is to figure out what the positive intention of that pattern is. So first of all, you have to want to break the pattern, right? Because if we subconsciously do not actually want to change something, then we're not going to try very hard to change it. So that is the very first step. You have to want to change whatever you are looking to change. And I know that sounds like a no-brainer, right? Like, duh. But, we are complex human beings. So sometimes we might be trying to change something that we're not quite ready to change yet. And that itself is a huge obstacle. So once we figure out what that positive intention is, let me dive deeper into the positive intention. It can also be called second gain. Okay, so you might wonder, what could be the positive intention of like nail biting? Well, it could be to calm yourself down. Maybe it's something you do to distract yourself or calm yourself down, for example. So that would be an example of what a positive intention or second gain would be. So that is going to be the biggest step. You're going to figure out what that is. And then you are going to find something positive to replace it with. So if it is nail biting, then so if the activity, the bad habit, the old pattern that you are finding yourself in is nail biting, then you're going to figure out a replacement activity. And it's going to be a positive one. So if you're nail biting because you're nervous and you want to calm yourself down, you're going to find another activity. Maybe it's, I'm trying to think of something. I mean, we have EFT tapping and things like that. But on simple terms, if you don't know what EFT tapping is, maybe it's, just like rubbing your legs or something instead of biting your nails. So something like that. It's something really simple. But I will explain my example because I think it's very clear and maybe some of you can relate to that. I have notifications popping up. Okay. So recently I have decided I've become even more health conscious, just wanting to eat more vegetables and, change my diet and things like that, especially for inflammation. And one of those things that I decided that I wanted to change in regards to inflammation and diet is red wine, okay? Because I love how red wine tastes. It's like the only, alcohol-related thing that I actually enjoy drinking. But I decided I wanted to cut it out for the most part, right? And so I had to figure out why I would want to drink a glass of wine other than it tastes good, right? It's almost like the dessert of the day or, at the end of the day. And it's like a mini reward, right? And so instead of thinking I want a glass of wine, I realized what I really wanted was to feel relaxed at the end of the day and kind of like a little reward for working hard. And so first I tried tea. I do love tea. However, I found that I prefer tea in the morning. I love it for waking up, but that wasn't quite the replacement I was looking for. So just be aware that when you are trying to find a substitute for that positive intention or second gain kind of reaction, you might have to play with it a little bit and try different substitutes before you figure out what really is going to substitute that old pattern or bad habit. So in my case, tea, although I love tea, that didn't quite work. Or not that it didn't work, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And so I tried different things, and then I figured out, so I have a little eye mask massager, and I forget what it's called. I think it's an eye massager, and it massages your temples too. So it's like an electronic device that massages your eyes, your eye sockets. Like it puts heat, pressure, and it just feels really good. If you're having like a tension headache after a long day, it feels amazing. And so at the end of the day, when I wanted to feel relaxed, I decided to try that instead of a glass of wine, and it worked. I'm like, okay, that made me way more relaxed than a glass of wine. Like, why was I even doing that to begin with, right? And so I started doing that on a regular basis, and then I realized I don't even want a glass of wine anymore, right? And so that's exactly how you can break old patterns, by figuring out what the positive intention is, or second gain, which in my case, again, it was to feel relaxed and rewarded at the end of a long day. And then just figuring out what works for you, what actually feels good to replace it with. And so now I feel great, not as inflamed from drinking something that, is going to inflame my stomach. And I feel relaxed at the same time from like an eye massage, temple massage. And so that's exactly how you break an old pattern or bad habit. So I definitely recommend trying that out. Again, it could be a learning curve or a learning process, trying to figure out what you can actually substitute things with. And then also you have to be super honest with yourself of like what actually works and what doesn't and things like that. So yeah, let me know. Give it a try. Let me know if it works for you. I'm super excited for you. And piece by piece, when you do this on your pursuit of peace and purpose, you'll find yourself really changing all of your habits and just being happier, healthier, and overcoming a lot of obstacles that are keeping you from living your best life. So that is just a tip there. Oh, and oh my goodness, is it the last day of July yet? No, it's July 30th. So tomorrow is the last day of the 50% off discount for my one-on-one coaching program, The Pursuit of Peace and Purpose. So if you want that 50% discount, you can click the link in my bio. I think it says Begin Your Pursuit of Peace and Purpose. And you can go ahead and we can get started on one-on-one coaching. It's weekly coaching, 45 minutes once a week. And we go through the whole process of getting you to calm your nervous system down. So we work on that at first, and then it's a natural progression into finding your purpose in life. And so it's really, really neat in watching it unfold with my clients too, because you never anticipate that just your nervous system is what's keeping you from living your dreams and pursuing, what you want to pursue. If you're anything like me, so before I figured out how to calm my nervous system down and learned all these tools, I used to be a very, very anxious person. And so, but I was also very ambitious and driven, and I still am. But without having those tools, I would kind of just, clench my, hands and just do it anyway kind of thing. But when you can calm your nervous system down first, what you'll find is you figure out more of who you truly are and find more of your soul instead of feeding your ego all the time. And so I like to tell people that, finding your purpose is like considered the fun part, right? Like, oh, finding peace is nice, but what I really want to find is my purpose. Okay, well, if you start pursuing your purpose before figuring out how to calm down your nervous system and really do the self-discovery, soul-searching piece first, then you might not actually pursue your actual purpose. You might pursue something that, your parents have always wanted you to pursue, or something that, you've always seen other people pursue instead of what is actually meant for you. So that's why that peace component is super, super important. And it actually is a lot of fun too, and it's just life-changing. So that is the curriculum. We dive into your subconscious, and I make it really fun. So it's nothing scary, super fun. And so you can click the link in my bio, begin your pursuit of peace and purpose if you want that 50% off discount. And then if you have any questions, as always, you can always just DM me here on Instagram. And so I hope you have a beautiful week, breaking old patterns and bad habits and becoming the best version of yourself. All right, love and care.